As an association representing the truckload segment, we're looking at creating solutions that are going to create a difference for the industry. And examples of that would be health and wellness, our involvement with some of the image programs, and we continue to take a larger role in some of these projects.
How do we find good drivers? How do we keep them? How do we take care of them? How do we make sure that they're happy, that they're satisfied, that they're safe, that they're healthy? All those things are important to our members right now.
It makes TCA at the forefront of that, making driver health and wellness a primary responsibility of this association as well as the carriers that belong to it. It's our members. Our members have come up with it. They've deemed it to be important.
I don't know that many people understand really trucking as a whole, and I don't think they understand the degree of difficulty that career is for an independent contractor or a driver. It's a challenging career, and it draws on you considerably.
It's not an easy job, but it's a very essential job.
Without it, America stops. I mean, somebody's got to deliver freight, and guess what? It's going to be trucks.
It's hard on a lot of ways, yes. I mean, health reasons. Our drivers aren't eating like they should. They're not exercising like they should. It's a tough life.
The other thing that's happening is the demographic of the driver population is moving through those baby boomer years, and the young people really are not joining this career.
The country only goes as far as our industry can take it. And if there's nobody to haul the freight, the supply chain essentially comes apart. We're seeing a number of things that are affecting that right now. Number one is that we have an aging workforce. The life expectancy of our drivers is below the national average and below other occupations.
It means that we got to do something.
I really believe that's the number one issue, and it's going to be the number one issue going forward. It's been the number one issue as long as I've ever been in the business, the lack of drivers. When we, as well as other companies, are reducing the size of our fleets because, we can't seat them, that's not good for anybody.
Part of the reason there's a driver shortage, it's because of healthcare costs and their health.
We're not creating a success story for replenishing the seats of the driver.
The cost of poor health in a trucking environment is tremendous. There's the personal impact of health and wellness on the driver. There's the cost of our insurance and benefits, and it is a priority of ours. Too many drivers die young. A percentage of our driver turnover is related to people getting out of this business because they can no longer do the job or they're no longer here to do the job.
We can't wait 20 years to fix a problem that we need to fix today. We need to make sure that they can come in and be healthy from day one.
If we want to protect our business, we have to make it a priority.
We need to right now make sure that his or her day one on the job has healthy alternatives and healthy practices that they can implement immediately so that their aging process will be less. They're going to be with us longer. And that is why the TCA has organized so many programs like health and wellness panels at our conventions, a whole range of health and wellness education programs, how to read a nutrition label, health fairs across the country with blood screenings and glucose testing, celebrity health walks, or Ditch the Pack Day, where all smokers from the trucking industry try to reduce or stop smoking for that day. And we do all this because it matters.
We are extremely pleased to work with the TCA because they've recognized the need to focus on driver health. Because not only is it important for the driver, but there's an economic cost by not having a healthy driver. We're proud to be a part of that because, number one, we're facilitating some positive change, some good social change.
TCA is all about education. And what we're trying to do is educate these drivers on how to live better, how to eat better.
And a good example of how quickly an impact can be made is the TCA's weight loss showdowns.
We had some Biggest Loser contests. We had a lot of written material and activities around health.
The big benefits we saw we saw some serious health improvements in these individuals, such as medications no longer being required for diabetics, for high blood pressure. Some of them greatly reduced their medications, and every one of them said how much better they felt mentally and physically.
If you think about the issue of driver health and wellness, as I said before, we're kind of looking for anything and everything that can influence that, can impact it.
There's a list of issues that are facing the drivers. A lot of them are joint and bone related because of the jarring in the truck on a regular basis. Those internal organs are jarred over the time. They're experiencing some issues.
I've witnessed firsthand the folks that have come with back injuries, shoulder pain, neck pain. So I think anything that mitigates those long-term cumulative effects of the occupation would be great.
Why would we want to jiggle and jolt down the road and our back take a pounding when we don't have to?
Bose has done a fabulous job of doing this wellness study. Who would ever thought Bose would have done that?
Based on what we've seen coming out of a lot of the members who are participating in that initial study, I think it looks positive.
And long term, we have to make sure that we take some of that punishment out. And this is an opportunity for us to protect our workforce, to have them with us longer.
TCA's done a great job, and frankly, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
It is an aging workforce, so we have to find ways to make sure that they are stronger, healthier, as productive as they can be.
We see that a healthy, well-fit person is absolutely, mentally alert and physically able to conduct their job. That's a big plus on the wellness side. It contributes to that. So productivity will be better.
And I think driver health as a result is going to go from being a nice thing to do, the right thing to do, but also go towards a business necessity.
It's all ultimately about being successful in your business. TCA is an entity that facilitates that.
We tend to try to think in terms of what the next challenges are for the industry, and we always try to get ourselves on the front edge of any issues so that we're in a position to not only influence the issue or the problem, but to provide solutions. I think we're starting to look more long term and trying to set those things in motion that help today but will affect tomorrow.